What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first Rise Georgia podcast. It's going to be a short one. Just wanted to go over a few things that our organization is actually about. The Rise Georgia Facebook page has been around for quite a while, several years, and we've tried to get the word out about different businesses in the South Georgia area, different small towns, trying to come up with different ideas to spur economic development, trying to help small towns grow. And due to things going on in the world, we actually ended our Facebook page, but we are continuing on through other means of communication. We still have our Instagram page up, LinkedIn page, our blog site. We've actually been developing a lot of content this past week for it. Be sure to check it out at risegeorgia.blogspot.com. Got a couple of new posts up today, actually. The whole point of this, I guess you could call it more of a project that I've worked on for about 4 or 5 years now, is nothing more than to bring about positive change to South Georgia. Trying to figure out a way to bring more jobs, encourage entrepreneurs, start up new businesses, anything that's going to bring prosperity and positivity to the rural area that we live in, that is South Georgia. So just one thing I wanted to go over in particular, which I think a lot of people already know what's going on with it, but in Fitzgerald, which is my hometown, over the past couple of years, a guy by the name of Alexander Kane has been doing a lot of work with the film industry. And some people may like it, some people may not like it as much. Everybody has an opinion. But one thing that has definitely done for Fitzgerald, being a town that has struggled a lot over the past 20 years with jobs, it has brought attention to the town. We've had Bruce Willis in Fitzgerald twice now, filming 2 different movies over the past year and a half, 2 years. Who would have ever thought Bruce Willis would be in Fitzgerald doing movies? But because one person came up with a dream and acted on it, look what's actually taking place. That's a pretty big deal. For people in Fitzgerald, which is a place that doesn't have a lot of high-paying jobs, doesn't have a whole lot of selection of restaurants and retail shopping, for something like that to be taking place, that's a pretty big deal. And people need to get behind it and need to support it so it can continue on and become bigger and grow into something that can really bring about positive change and bring about better jobs and more experiences for that area. From what I understand, I believe there could be more things in the works right now for this year for the film industry in Fitzgerald. And I hope people really get behind it and keep encouraging that to keep building. Now, if you're wondering, well, everybody is not going to go out and get movie stars to come to their town and start filming movies. Well, that's just one thing. That is one thing that is taking place. And Alexander Kane, that's his project. He's got it going on. That is one thing that is adding to the central South Georgia area, specifically Fitzgerald. There are many other things that we could be doing, that people can be doing. And one small thing that I want to touch on here for just a few minutes is if you go into a small town in central South Georgia, let's say, for instance, it's a store that sells boots, or a small clothing store that sells t-shirts and women's accessories, or maybe even a gun shop. Any of those things. If you go there and you go in and they're selling to you, the customer, the people that walk into the store, the people in that town, are they also selling online to the point of it actually bringing about a good bit of revenue to their business? Do they have a website for their business or an app? Do they have an Amazon account? Are they selling their products on Amazon? Are they selling through eBay? Do they have their own e-commerce store set up? If they're not doing that, they're not even capitalizing on more profit that they could be getting. And so what we need to focus on is you take a small town that has, let's say downtown, has 10 different retail stores. They all sell different things, jewelry, maybe even a hardware store. Maybe it's somebody that actually makes something locally. Maybe they make some type of, maybe they make like small pieces of furniture. Well, they could sell it locally and make money, but if they could build their online presence and sell online, how much more money could they make? How much could they grow it? How much effort are small businesses in our downtown areas throughout all of our different small towns in Georgia, how much effort are they putting into selling online and trying to draw more attention to the town, or at least bringing in more revenue? If you look at it like that, say you have two small towns side by side. One, they're doing it the old-fashioned way. They're only selling to people that's coming in the door. Word of mouth advertising around town, putting an ad in the paper, putting an ad on the local radio station, and selling to people right there around the town. Then you have this other town. It's got 10 small shops downtown. Well, they're all taking advantage of the new way of selling. Whatever you want to call it, the new normal. Everybody knew that everything was going online for years. 2020 just proved the point that people can survive buying almost everything online. So it's very important that everybody's getting on board with that. So you take this other town, that all of their downtown shops are bringing in extra revenue. Say it's 30%, 50%, maybe it's 100%. Maybe some of the shops are making the bulk of their money from online. Look at the extra money they're bringing in. They now have that money in that town. That town has more revenue coming in from sales tax. The actual owners of the companies live in that town, which means the money they make, they spend more of that money in that town as opposed to if they didn't make that extra money from online sales. You put more money into circulation to within your small town by having all of your small businesses being more successful. So I really think that is one small thing that we can start with is if you're at the Chamber of Commerce or you're on the city council or you're a mayor of a small town, let's start going out to our businesses and just making suggestions. If you walk in and talk to the owner and you see that there really is no online presence whatsoever, maybe just have a conversation. Be like, hey, we want to see you successful. We want to do whatever we can to help you be more successful. Here are some ideas. Maybe make up a little pamphlet. Make up a little brochure or something from your Chamber of Commerce. Say, hey, here's some ideas. If you have any questions, give us a call. We'll be more glad to help. If we had that, if we had leadership in our small towns that was actually going out and doing everything they could to help their small businesses be more successful, it's only going to help the town. It's only going to help the town as a whole in the long run. And that's the game that everybody needs to be worried about, is the long game. So, we have some people that are actually out there bringing dreams to reality, like Alexander Kane over in Fitzgerald. There are a lot of other things that we can be doing to help grow our small area. So, until next time, everybody keep grinding away, keep pushing, keep learning new things, and let's figure out some ways to help grow South Georgia.